What's up, everybody? First time in a long time doing the walking videos. You know, I used to do those 2 years ago, and I stopped doing them because I used to just be jamming my music or whatever. And for like I think I stopped in 2022. So it's been like 2 years? 2022, 2023, 2 years. I stopped doing the walking videos. So, you know, I'm not gonna bring it back, but you know, having ear buds in your ear, noise canceller, sometimes, you know, gotta take a rest from them. But so I want to talk about the sex tourism stuff, and I want to give people this idea on where people are talking bad faith, and I'm starting to see a lot of fake phony motherfuckers in the space who defending people, and they got this high I don't know, wait, they this high opinion of themselves, giving out false hope, right? So now, for some reason, I'm told that that once every black, I'm told now by some of these guys that once every black guy gets a productive job, the beautiful women gonna come in. And I'm like, there's not enough beautiful women in this country to satisfy all the people that's gonna fill those roles into quote unquote productive men. People see it all the time. People see a bunch of quote unquote productive men with below average ugly women. So it's like, wait, you're telling me to go to the Olympics to win a paper medal? Imagine the Olympics, and you do all that training for 4 years. Next minute you know, they're handing you a paper mache medal. You do all that work, and instead of the gold medal, you get handed a paper mache. You're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be mad. You're not gonna be happy, because your abilities is the ability of the gold medalist, not a paper mache is. A lot of these motherfuckers are never gonna tell you their plans of getting you. They want every below average, unattractive chick who don't work hard on herself, and she just works, but she just don't change her appearance to find a husband and end up getting married to be in sexless marriages, or give her kids and you be stuck with this woman and she control you. I'm seeing the agenda on both sides. People who used to talk for passport bros and certain content creators, because there's a lot of them. And I don't feel like going back and forth with people right now, because you know that DJ Kuda shit still kind of exhausts me. I don't feel like doing another round with a couple of other people. So now this magical talk where every man got to be super productive and get women all off of the market, but somehow off the market is great. But the same guys like, you know, Super Sly is not talking about Judge Mathis' divorce. Isn't it funny when he made a video about Amazing Lucas getting married, but he's not gonna make a video about a guy who has more experience than he do in marriage? And most of these guys in marriage who got 39 years of experience, and he ended up divorcing his wife? Well, wife ended up divorcing him. See, that's the whole point that nobody talks about when it comes down to this marriage shit, is that the men don't recover from divorce, women do. Even if you get with somebody who supposedly has money, she gonna have that mindset of control. That's the whole point that dudes don't talk about when they were like, oh, get with a woman who got a whole bunch of money. You know, it's great. You know, you won't lose anything. Yeah, you will lose you will lose stuff. You ain't really have no now power in the first place. Like your boy C Boogie. He is a lower level dude. He's now, the girl opened up a little shop and whatever. You know she gonna take that shop from him. She gonna take that massage parlor or chiropractor partner and that little strip mall. Like I said, no shade. Well, shade to him is that's the best he can do. Niggas out here acting like, you know, immigrants ain't coming over here with little to no money and they get cooperative women. It's funny that, right? Nigga, you gotta be a superstar, have all this money, 6 figures, be productive and shit. Dudes talking from a point of their experience and not talking from a point of actual experience. Experience of every guy. Yeah, you seen some of the things. But I'm not gonna never tell nobody to overly produce to get with somebody who ain't gonna make them happy. Cause then you'll have a whole bunch of men who still be wanting. That's why there's a lot of rookie passport bros coming out of here. Right? A lot of guys who going overseas and they think going overseas is gonna get them what they want, but they're not doing the right thing. So I'll get that off my chest. Isn't it funny that nobody's talking about nobody really talking about sex tourism in America? Isn't it funny that the women in America are so low value and nobody want to come here to pay for them or mess with them, that nobody is actually coming here to fuck with them like that at a high scale? The men, if they want these women, that's why half of these girls, these, you know, Instagram models, they trying so hard to get a prince or trying so hard to get with an Asian dude who got money, and it's not working. I worked with a couple, I think, immigrants who came over here, and we was doing bricklayer work and cement work and stuff. And I asked them a question. I said, yo, y'all can find a very good girlfriend, American girlfriend over here. And they say, no, we don't want to mess with them. We already know. Everybody in our countries know not to mess with American women. Dude proceeded to tell me that American women come to his country and mess with the guys, and the guys be like, it wasn't all that great. The funny thing about this whole sexual tourism shit is that women been doing this shit for years, and nobody said nothing. Nobody making fun of women's death, when women disappear, when they get killed by somebody overseas. Nobody make fun of them, because these are the same women who be talking shit and trash about men, right? Then you had you got the 8 women in Gambia, and they end up taking a trip down, and nobody talks about that. You don't see people making videos laughing at them, because a lot of those women who died in Gambia, they had a lot of dumb shit to say. Oh yeah, man, this is the great mother country. This is my country. They end up dead. So isn't it funny that it's not the reverse with sexual tourism? When they talk about sexual tourism, ask yourself this: why is nobody coming here? Why do men with money and power and status not coming here into this country? Because, mind you, there's no rules, because most people who come here, they do whatever the fuck they want, and they can pay people off. The Arab dudes come here, they build, stores and shops and shit like that. They got carte blanche over here. So why did none of them come to a place where all the women are selling their ass, or selling themselves on social media and selling themselves on Instagram and OnlyFans? Why they don't come to a market like this? Why the richest dudes in other countries don't come here to trick? I ask that question because nobody here is worth it at all. They ain't worth it here. You know for a fact, if you got guys that are worth $100 million overseas, they don't come here and they stay in their own place. You know something wrong. They not coming to Las Vegas. They're not going to California. They're not going to Miami like that. Why they not doing that? Why all of that shit went down and somehow all the men decided to start leaving? Why is it that these rich, successful men are going, well, they go overseas? Why are the guys in Dubai and rich guys in Russia, they go to all these different countries? They go to Brazil. They go to Dominican Republic. They go all to these so-called third world countries that you telling guys they going to the same spot. The only thing that I say about what messed this shit up in the first place was these dumb niggas, the wrong passport pookies and passport players making videos. They wanted to show off something that should have never been shown off. And they made everybody a target now based off that, and you got to move a lot smarter now. That's all you got to do. It's just like here. Motherfuckers act like everything is dreams and everybody act like everything over here is dreams. You just do this and do that and you will get what you want. I see people making obscene claims in fucking comment sections on videos saying dumb shit. You got Mr. Fantastic talking about this is your options. You should be happy with your options. These are the options you only have here. I'm looking at this dude who bragged about him being a BAB and saying he gonna whip people ass and shit like that, and then end up being out. He was outgassed, and this nigga supposedly goes to the gym. What did I tell you about a lot of these guys who go to the gym and talk about gym talk? What did I tell you about them? I said this a couple years ago that people didn't listen to me because people keep thinking I don't know what I'm talking about. I said that most people go to the gym for appearance. Most people don't have what it takes to when they actually in actual athletic stuff. They not when they in athletic stuff, they're not pretty much. When they're not in athletic stuff, they pretty much don't have the cardio and stamina because they're not working out to somebody over here. So they're not working out to perform. They're working out to look good. To say they go to the gym. Like I said, I know farm boys who can outlift dudes that's been in the gym rats. When you do reps and stuff like that, and you're stationary, and also you are comfortable with not pushing yourself to a certain level. Because as long as you look like you can run fast and do all this extra stuff, people will think and believe it. But the people who do run fast and have absolute abilities, those guys don't look like the guys in the gym. Like I said, I know Samoan guys who can knock big muscle head dudes out without no problem. I know guys who powerlifters who outlift anybody in the gym. Farm boys who can who can outlift people in the gym. So this whole notion of you have to be in the gym to be working out, I mean, be in healthy shape is some bullshit. It will always been bullshit. Cause your boy BAB, he wasn't in fighting shape. He was in fake workout shape. And then, after he got gassed and he fell out because he didn't get knocked out, I'm looking at this dude and I'm like, you should have never done this shit to yourself. Cause you was the main one talking all this crazy shit. And him and Man of Tomorrow got into it because he called Man of Tomorrow a guy who had to pay for a woman. And he also said that Man of Tomorrow have to drive trucks to survive or whatever. And I'm like, weren't y'all cool like 2-something years ago or something like that, or a year ago? I'm like, I don't get this. These alliances are very fragile, man. And a lot of guys got ultra big egos on here, man. And it kind of gets me to a point where it's like, now I see why motherfuckers are not giving y'all real power. Cause in a real stage, you can't be acting like this to people. Cause the way niggas acting like this in the space, turning on motherfuckers and stuff like this, and talking down to people, talking down to a whole group and saying the whole group need to do this and do that, or a whole group need to this and this and that. Talking like this type on a real stage will cause a real world war. And these niggas wouldn't be, they wouldn't have a thing for it. You can't never underestimate anybody because, well, you have to understand and analyze your enemy. I am totally afraid of the Pookies and the Ray Rays, even the Thought Women's and all of them. I'm totally afraid of them. I'm in the real world. I know what they're capable of. I told y'all before. Y'all heard my videos. They all capable of taking somebody's life. The dude, the so-called incel, is the least person that I was scared of, because that's spontaneous, and they also have targets. Motherfucker, them ratchet behind women, they can get mad one day and then call some dudes up and start shooting at people, or shoot up a neighborhood place or somewhere else, and then you go on the floor. You got shot. You wasn't even supposed to be there. They're the they're the ones of the most natural disaster people, but somehow, some way, you're supposed to just move to one location. And I'm tired of the whole get your money up and live in one location where it's quote unquote safe and this and that, dude. If one particular person comes in one location, that location is not gonna be safe anymore. Just like when everybody migrated to fucking Atlanta and that shit became a shithole. When everybody migrated to fucking Houston, Texas now, it's a shithole, and it's showing that when certain type of people migrate to one location, it turns into a shithole because the wrong people migrate to the location. So, but we're gonna act like that these locations are not burnt and fucked up now, because somehow America is the grand place now. But in a couple years ago, y'all the same niggas who talking against Passport Bros, the same niggas who was defending it a couple years ago against Super Sly and all these other people. Now it's kind of like, oh well, these niggas are making us look bad. It's like lazy people don't discern. Lazy people and people who want to win arguments don't discern who's good and who's bad. Certain people don't talk the way certain people do. That's why I said you have to pay attention to people's vocabulary and people's behavior and who they hang out with in order to think that they are what you think they are, or the kind of music they listen to. Oh, if you're a good woman, no. If you're a good woman, you treat people nice who don't have anything to offer you. The dudes that ain't attractive, you still treat them nice. Or even when you break up with somebody, you treat them nice because you don't have no ill will towards them. But most of these motherfucking fake behind good people, they turn into evil motherfuckers when they don't get their way. It happens all the time. So I'm making that video like, isn't it funny that you don't hear the opposite side of men going overseas, men from overseas coming over here in large numbers to pay? But they would rather go to the same locations as the black men that y'all talk about. Isn't it funny that the sexual tourism shit wasn't really a big thing when white guys was doing it? When they was making videos of telling other guys to go to Asia and do this, they're still online. Sandman and MGTOW Sandman and all these other MGTOW content creators. Their way was telling dudes to go. Telling white dudes to go to Japan or the Philippines or Vietnam. They was telling them to go over there to do whatever they want. But nobody never said anything back then. But now, since black guys are doing it, we want to make fun of their death. This is why I said there's no way that we can work together. There's no way. It's too much vitriol and it's too much fucking egotistical bullshit where when black men die, you either use them to try to advance your career or try to get some money out of some people, because that whole thing with what's that dude name? George Floyd shit. You know how many people, how many black chicks and how many people got contracts out of that shit? The death of a black dude. If they can't use your death, if they can't use your death to benefit them against the quote unquote white man or whatever, they will make fun of you because you didn't do what they said they wanted you to do. I always ask this question to all the people, is that you want every dude to be unhappy and not be happy at all? And I'm like, being happiness is it comes in different shapes and sizes for different people. Same thing with looks and stuff. Nobody want to be sacked up and saddled with somebody that they don't want to look at all forever. This is the reason why a lot of guys don't want to date and marry, because they don't want to be stuck with somebody who in the beginning was beautiful and then turned out to be big and overweight. It's not feasible for guys. We seen it happen with our own eyes. And don't act like if everybody get their quote unquote shit together, it's gonna be these magical women sitting in one area just waiting for the productive guys to get. No, they're not waiting. They're doing the crazy shit out there behind the closed doors. They're going overseas getting pumped and dumped as well. They're going overseas tricking too. But somehow, some way, y'all don't say nothing. There's a lot of cover up shit that goes on that nobody's talking about. But then I hear other people calling guys names and stuff, and I wanted to make a video about that where it's like, now it's getting kind of disgusting and nasty when you're sitting around calling guys names and telling them they retarded and this and that, and you don't want to come on here and make videos and helping people and stuff like that. But then a couple years ago you was running around helping people. I said it before, I'd rather have a classroom full of 20 people I can help than a classroom full of 200. If you had more experience, if most of these guys supposedly had more experience than me, why is it that I'm using top tier level selections than they are? Because I said it before, the shit that I talk about, people staying clear from it. I said certain things that other people didn't say. But for some reason, like I said, it was made for me not to super grow or have all this big behind audience. Because when I had certain guys in my comment sections or whatever, there was guys that loved Kevin Samuels. Next minute I know, they kissing Kevin Samuels' ass, and then find out that basically Kevin Samuels was fake, but they couldn't come back to me to prove they were wrong. Then you had, guys like, Jerome Whiteside, who was kissing Jessica X's ass. Same thing with your boy, Mr. Fantastic. So Mr. Fantastic is alluding that he smashed Jessica X. He met up with Jessica X and smashed her. He alluded to that. And I think that, your boy, Mr. Fantastic, can smash anything. This dude is pussy crazy. Every single time, every live he make is always alluding to sex, and that's a pussy crazy dude right there. That's the guy right there. Dude, I know guys that get it and they take a break from it. This dude act like he don't get it. The shit that the shit that he does, the shit that he say, how he talk down to people, it don't match none of this shit, man. Same thing with Grandmaster Troll. That nigga's faded from existence, but nobody talks about how fucking piece of shit he was, doxing people. His shit faded out because all the black women left. They stopped funding his dumb ass. Right? He just faded out when he stopped talking. He ran out of people to dox and talk about. And I'm seeing a lot of these guys' channels, people who were supposed to be here for helping people, they're running out of shit now because they can't talk about the same shit like they used to. I can talk about a whole bunch of other shit, but these guys can't because their whole content revolves around talking shit about people. Even the people who are supposed to be here to help, now their content revolves around just making fun of somebody, bullying people, talking down to people, telling them that you don't belong on earth because you ain't doing this and doing that and all this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're never going to be in one society where everybody's working. There's never been one society where the whole society is working. Stop with this bullshit of thinking that you're a one-man army and you're the chosen one, that you're gonna end up changing go against the red pill, and you're gonna go, I'm gonna be a one-man army because I'm so successful. Bill Gates not going against the red pill, Elon Musk not going against no red pill, and all these big billionaire guys not making the utter words. Not making other words about red pill or any of this shit. You're not gonna beat it. Same thing with your boy Elon Musk letting all them racist people come on his line, the right wingers come on the line. No, Elon Musk is making it how can I put it? Making it even. Because the leftist people took over that shit, took over that site, and they was doing whatever they want. Now they got the gun. So you gotta tolerate it. I don't be over there, I don't be in those locations where those fucking right wingers and racist motherfuckers talking shit on there. They said the most outrageous racist shit on there. And I don't really care. They could say the N-word 1,000 times. I don't care. Because, first of all, I know the background. I've been in those sites with them motherfuckers. I know what they're doing. I know how they are. I know what most of them are capable of. The deep ones who actually capable of doing stuff, they're not online like that. They don't care. They're not hiding behind screens. They're sitting there running drills in an undisclosed location, running fucking military drills, waiting for something to pop off so they can go do what they do. They don't give a fuck about all this other crap. And this whole, it's weird that, like, whatever one side says, it's gonna fit. I don't believe, that's why I don't like the politics shit. I don't care for Trump, and I don't care for your girl Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is not a black girl, not a black woman. She's mixed. But somehow, some way now she's a black woman. It's weird as shit, and a lot of people only on one side because it benefits them. Motherfuckers, when they talk about policies, they talk about policies from a point of government contracts and shit like that, when it benefits them. And when one of their people get into power, they get a whole bunch of military money to help people who need help that don't get help. But then these same people help, but then they fall off the wagon. It's like helping a bunch of drug addicts and knowing that 50% of them drug addicts go back to the drugs. They do good, and it makes the people feel important to help these drug addicts, but know that these drug addicts are going to eventually relapse and overdose. They just make themselves feel important by helping people. That's one side does. The other side is like, let all the drug addicts go and get overdose. We don't give a hell. You're not supposed to just touch drugs in the first place. That's the analogy for both sides. One pretend that they care about something even though their shit is there, and they don't try to destroy the problem. And the other one just say, hey, that problem is there and you're not supposed to run into that problem. If you run into that problem, we shouldn't help you. But like I said, this video is mixed up in like one, but it's basically showing that all this sex tourism talk, that shit never goes to American way, because nobody want to come here. It's funny that nobody want to come here and do that here, and they can, but they don't. Why is it? If the best women here were so easy and this and this and that, then you have Asian guys coming over here, all types of guys come over here, but they go straight to the countries where black dudes are going at, right? Isn't it weird?